Welcome to the program. It's hour one on this Wednesday. Dan and the Danettes, Dan Patrick Show. Glad to have you on board. A lot of topics to talk about. We reminisce about Vin Scully, the passing of Vin Scully yesterday at the age of 94. We lost Bill Russell over the weekend and Vin Scully. And when you think about their reputations, their legacy is what you leave, the man you are. The talent that you are, the broadcaster, the player, the legacy, the impact. And both have left lasting impacts. When you think of Vin Scully, you may think of the Dodgers first and foremost, but he was involved in so many different calls. You know, Kurt Gibson's home run in the World Series, Hank Aaron when he broke Babe Ruth's all-time record, Joe Montana to Dwight Clark, the catch. That was in the 1982 NFC title game against Dallas. But to do it every day, to show up every day, to want to do it every day, to go out on your terms, to be able to call games in your late 80s. That's a magical run. And Vin Scully certainly left a lasting impression on those of you in Los Angeles, but us, everybody else around the country. The Dodgers are a storied franchise. When you think of World Series titles, you think of those beautiful uniforms. You think that setting where they get to play. Jackie Robinson, Duke Snider, Sandy Koufax, Clayton Kershaw. But you do think of that voice that served 67 summers as the voice of the Dodgers. Great storyteller. You knew the voice. The voice resonated with you. It stayed with you. But he was more important than just that. You know, being there when Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's all-time record, it sounded like this in 1974.
1 ball and no strikes. Aaron waiting. The outfield deep and straight away. Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence. It is gone. What a marvelous moment for baseball. What a marvelous moment for Atlanta and the state of Georgia. What a marvelous moment for the country and the world. A black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South for breaking a record of an all-time baseball idol.
He understood the importance. He understood pacing. He understood tone. Any broadcaster can learn from that, the cadence. Here's the call, Joe Montana to Dwight Clark as the Niners beat the Cowboys.
3rd and 3. We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly.
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Clark caught it! Dwight Clark!
He paused at the right moment and let it breathe. I mean, that's normal now. We talk about letting it breathe, announcers letting it breathe. That was 1982, letting it breathe. You know, Al Michaels, who will join us a little bit later on, was obviously impacted by Vin Scully, wanted to be Vin Scully. And you go back to the Miracle on Ice, the cadence that Al has with that. That's really important because a lot of times we talk and we continue to talk. Hey, we got to have 3 people in the booth, not 2, because we have to continue talking. We got to fill up all this time. Some of the best moments in baseball are the pauses, the natural sound. And Vince was able to do that. And you know, what Vinny was able to do was also, he did radio and TV. So radio, you have to describe everything. TV, you complement what you see. No color commentator. It's amazing. But it's not going to happen again that you would have this. There's certain broadcasters. There's certain players. I'll go back to Bill Russell. He was player coach. He won 2 titles as a player coach. That's not going to happen. You know, it's been floated out there. What if LeBron was player coach? Well, he sort of is, but Bill Russell did that. You know, Vin was able to do this on radio and TV. It's not easy to do that because they're completely different broadcasts. When you broadcast a game on TV, there are the pictures. I'll complement the pictures. With radio, we need to hear everything. You need to describe things, the feel of it, the smell of it, the sound of it. And Vin was able to do that. We were really fortunate to have Vin on our show a couple of times. In the last decade, he was on 4 times. We're going to bring back one of our favorite interviews. I think this is 2014 that we'll bring back a little bit later on. But you can hear the sense of humor that he has. He talks about going on Twitter. I'm twitting, Dan. And I'm like, okay, whatever you say, Vin. But, I'm fortunate to be in this business with all of these great voices, these personalities, and to be able to be around them. And a lot of times you're with somebody from the start of their career to the end of their career. Vin had a wonderful life, and he touched so many people. And how many of us get that opportunity, or you can say that. But beloved, talented, and he's one of those people when you meet, you just kind of listened. Like, it was weird. When I first met Vin, I listened. He was talking to me, but I'm looking at him, but I'm listening because I'm hearing the voice. And I felt the same way when I met Harry Carey. Like, you're just like, wow, my radio is alive. My radio is right there. I don't have to turn up the volume. He's right there. But he made you feel like there's a gift that certain legends have. Paul McCartney, he understands the importance that he has on people. And you're only going to meet him once. But that moment should be special. And Vin knows that. He knew that. He wanted you to feel special. You felt special because you were meeting him. But we'll bring back one of our interviews that we thought kind of encapsulated Vin and maybe gave you a little bit different side to him, that he was playful and a sense of humor, but passing away last night at home. And you go out on your terms in more ways than one. His career, his life. He was fortunate to have legends to be able to broadcast their games, to be around Tommy Lasorda, to understand Dodger Blue, to be there with Oral Hershiser, Don Drysdale, Jackie Robinson. Having somebody give you descriptions, like really detailed descriptions of Jackie at a certain point or the competitor that he was. But Vin tells stories, and you never get tired of hearing those stories. So we'll bring that back coming up in a little bit.